The big news yesterday about Joel Embiid, he'll be missing the rest of the 2024-25 season with a knee injury, and this continues and adds on to the huge laundry list of injuries he's suffered. And it's getting ridiculous at this point, especially at his age, being at 30, 31 next year. This is going to be a controversial take. Maybe a lot of people aren't going to like it. Maybe people will comment and just say I'm an idiot for what I'm saying. The 76ers, for me, need to seriously consider moving off of Joel Embiid. And we kind of scroll to what I tweeted. The 76ers need to seriously consider moving off of Joel Embiid. He has never been able to stay healthy for one season. Let's stop there real quick. He has not played at least 70 games. If you play 70 games, you only missed 12 games in the season. He has not been able to even reach that. When other players, you could probably say at this point now how the NBA's played, no one's going to reach that, at least for the top tier players a lot, or at least making it through a full season. But for Embiid, it's ridiculous for him that he's not even been close to 82 games. The most 68. People we want to say that's great. It's not. But he's not played one full season. At least, not even just looking at the games, but just playing a season where there's not even a ton of injuries. He still can't do that. Great player, no doubt, but is unreliable. Cannot build around him anymore or make him the centerpiece. 400 plus games missed. That was an article back in late January 29th. And this just shows you how ridiculous it's getting to this point for the games missed. Even though they won 118 and 104 when they played the Lakers, due to the injury, bring his total missed regular season games to 400, more now since then, of course. Since the 76ers drafted him 3rd overall in 2014, he has played 446 games, meaning he's missed 47.3% of the team's regular season games. At this current rate, he is on pace to miss more games than played on the end of by the end of this contract. That is the biggest issue for Joel Embiid. We're going to show you right now, the years especially. First 2 years couldn't even play because of injury, like we talked about. Played only 31 games in 2016. Again, to his standard, played phenomenal Iron Man. 63 games in 2017, 64 in 2018. Went down to 51 both in 2019 and 2020. Went up to his career high Iron Man, like I said. 68 games in 21, 66 games in 2022, and has been horrible this year and last year. 39 and 23, only 19 this year. You look at the resume, when he plays, amazing, no question. MVP winner, 7-time All-Star, 1-time first team, 4-time second team, 2-time scoring champ. When he plays, he is one of the best players in the NBA. One of the best, or if not the best center in the NBA. This is the issue that the 76ers are running into constantly, year in, year out, especially for the fans they got to deal with. Let's just be blunt about this. The 76ers are not making the NBA Finals anytime soon. They're not making the Eastern Conference Finals anytime soon. I think it's a complete failure since 2016, since Embiid has been there. Not all on him, but certainly if the injuries play a factor. As of late, especially the last few seasons, when he's the best player, number one option, the undisputed player on a team, they have not been able to reach the 3rd round. I'm not even asking just to win NBA Finals, to get to one. I'm just saying to at least make the 3rd round. That is the issue right there. Even when he's in the playoffs, it's always something. He's sick. He has an injury with this, has an injury with that. This get managed. I mean, that is the problem. They have to follow such a complicated criteria to protect him. Can't play back-to-backs. Got to do this. Got to treat this. Got to do that. Got to have him this way. Even when they follow this to a T, it still doesn't work. He still misses games. He's still hurt, and now he's out. Now he's out for the remainder of the season. We have to face facts with Joel Embiid. Right now, like I said, it's an uncomfortable conversation. It's not easy. But they need to seriously sit down and think, what do we expect Joel Embiid to moving forward? What he's going to be, and when you look at the stats and the history and his injury history, it's not good. Who you need to build around is Tyrese Maxey. That's who you should be building around, not Joel Embiid, who can't stay healthy. They try to bring in Paul George for Joel Embiid and have this big three. He can't stay healthy either. He's only played 39 games this year. So Tyrese Maxey has no help around them, essentially, this whole season. That is the issue. at hand. That is the problem. And it's, again, uncomfortable, and I want to bring up trust the process because fans for them have heard that for many, many years, and I think overall it hasn't really panned out. They have made the playoffs a few times, but I mean, not to the standard of what they expect, especially the caliber player what Embiid is. It should be, again, at least making the Eastern Conference Finals at least once, a couple times, whatever you want to say, and they just can't do it because, in part, like I said, he cannot stay healthy. He is Mr. Glass. Let's just call him. Mr. Glass can't stay healthy. I don't know what you can get for him. I'm not going to sit here and say I have a criteria, I have a list right here of what you can get in return. I don't know what you can get for him. Maybe there's a team that is a playoff contender in the Western Conference, if you want to ship him out there or keep him in the Eastern Conference, because he's probably not going to be healthy by the time you play him, that they think, hey, this can be like a Phoenix Suns team. Not saying that Phoenix would trade him, but, and piece like Kevin Durant, like, this person could put us over the top. Maybe you can get a good amount of assets tonight. Maybe, I don't know if you get first-round picks. Maybe you get one or two. I'm sure you're looking for players in return. Young players, certainly, that could be moving forward with Tyrese Maxey. But I think you need to. You're not going to get lucky and get a Luka trade. I'm sorry, you're not going to get idiot like the Mavericks and trade Luka for Anthony Davis. And so far, I mean, again, Anthony Davis, similar situation. Great player, cannot stay healthy. Certainly is better at health-wise than Embiid, but same thing too. Just constantly, just always something with him. Embiid is a lot worse than that. Again, maybe you can get lucky with the team that thinks, you know what, for how many games he plays, I just need you to go over the top in those few games to get us to the final destination. Well, that's, having the team go to the NBA Finals, or just take a next step and get this team made up a team that has made the playoffs to the playoffs and be okay with that. I don't know what you can get in return exactly. Like I said, I don't have a detailed list of what you can get, but I think the 76ers right now, with his age and still being good when he plays, like I said, when he's on the court, which is the big if, you need to get as much as you can, maximize that. Not easy discussion, like I said, not easy, uncomfortable, no doubt, but we have to face reality with Embiid. He cannot stay healthy. He will never be healthy, and he's not getting any younger. Because of the injuries, I don't know how much he has left, really, at his age. I don't know. I doubt he can be like a LeBron James. Not that everyone else is like LeBron playing to 40. Can he make it to 35? Maybe. I don't know. But again, with the injuries he gets, does he want to keep going at that point? I don't know how much left he has in the tank because of the injuries, and if he wants to keep continuing with that and always being nicked with them. I mean, look at it quickly. Just like the list he has. This is the list going all the way back from August 26th of 2014, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. It feels like, and it's going to keep continuing. The list is going to keep getting bigger. Don't think it's going to be. It stops right here. It's going to keep continuing, no doubt, as long as he plays, and probably going to keep getting worse, no doubt, and missing more games. Like I said, these last two seasons, or this season and last year, should be big indications. It's fallen off immensely, going from 66 games in 22 to 39 and 23 to only 19 and 24. Now, I would hope that he would play a lot more games than 19 next year, but again, we have to face facts. He's never going to be healthy. You're always going to have to put him in bubble wrap, going to protect him, got to shelter him. You got to do all these things to keep him healthy. Even then, there's just so many things. There's just things that are just out of your hands. It's just, unfortunately, he's going to get hurt. And you just got to hope and pray that he can play enough games to get you in the playoffs, and you got to hope then too that he can stay healthy for most of it. And it's too much. It's too many games for him at this age. I don't know if could he get back to 60 plus games. I'm not going to sit here and say never. Like, I'm not going to say that. I'm sure he has a capability, but it's not going to be anything more than that. So I think for the 76ers, I think they really need, not that they are, or they should, but they really need to start having the discussions moving forward, like facing facts. Can Joel Embiid get us to the promised land? Can he get us to where we want to go? Probably not at this point, the way it looks. With the, missing games, getting up there in age. You missed your window with him, unfortunately, with that. And I think it's time to not trust the process, but go through another rebuild. Right now they hold, before the lottery picks wise, but they hold the 6th overall pick this upcoming draft. Do you say, you know what, we got to tank? Because right now they're 20 and 38, they're 25th overall in the NBA, they're 12th in the Eastern Conference. I at this point, they're certainly not a playoff team. I don't think they're even close. I don't think it's even worth at this point pushing to make the playoffs with this roster and ruining your draft stock. I think you just, I mean, you hate to say it, but like tank, and you might get screwed over in the lottery with it. But I think tank and just get a better draft position and worry about next year. And, you know, you hope that player could be your third wheel. Because I just don't know what Paul George. I mean, I'm really talking about him by age 34, missing games. How much does he have left, really? I don't know. I don't think he's the star player he was 5 years ago. I mean, it's just, it could give you glimpses of that, maybe. But I think it's just time to rebuild around Tyrese Maxey and whoever you want to mention on the 76ers team and just move forward from there.